Greetings comic book fans and welcome to the Dude Cave. I'm Jason and you are watching Comic Haul Weekly, my weekly video where I share with you the brand new comics I've picked up this week. Now, yesterday I went to see Captain America Civil War. It was brilliant. It's my most anticipated movie of the year, you know, and it lived up to it. It exceeded my expectations, if anything. It was brilliant. I thought Tom Holland as Spider-Man was awesome. He just totally nailed Spidey, and it was the most like the comic Spidey's ever been, and I'm super psyched for the movie when they do the Spider-Man movie. I thought the story was really good. They had a couple of beats from the comic version of Civil War that they still had in the movie, which I liked, but at the same time they kind of made the story fit the cinematic universe as well, so I liked how they got that balance. All the characters kind of get a moment to kind of show what they can do, which when you've got the cast as big as they had, that is not an easy task. So for them to pull that off, I was really, really impressed, because you look at some of the movies, yes, I'm looking at you X-Men Last Stand, you have so many characters and they're just wasted, but this, everybody got a moment. The story never felt muddled. There was a nice flow to the movie. It did not feel like I was in the cinema for 2 hours 20 minutes. Add half an hour for trailers and adverts, nearly 3 hours I was in there, and it didn't feel like 3 hours. I came out and it was like I'd only been in there an hour, because the film flowed so nicely. Where you compare that to like Batman vs Superman, and that film felt a long movie. Though that it had its moments, like the bit with the Trinity coming together on screen for the first time, that gave me goosebumps. But like it did feel like a slow, long movie. Where this was just action-packed. There was some good humour, where people just laughed, and there were moments that also really resonated. The emotional moments resonated with the audience. So I think they did a really good job with Civil War. My current Marvel Cinematic Universe top 5. In 5, we've got Iron Man. Number 4, we got Captain America Winter Soldier. At number 3, we've got Avengers. At number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. And at number 1, Captain America Civil War. Once I finish doing this video, I'm going to go back to the cinema to see it again, taking my mom and my wife with me to see it this time. I'm going to watch it for the second time, and I'll see how I feel about it then. But yeah, right now I'm buzzing. It was a fantastic film, and well worth seeing. Well worth going out your way to see. And I think the thing that Marvel have really hit upon is different movies have their own tones, but I think also they're like a real family experience. You go there and you've got pensioners, you've got guys my age, you've got families, you've got teenagers, and there's not many films that kind of appeal to that broad of range of people, and I think that's part of their success with Marvel. I'm super excited to see like the consequences at the end of the film, and to see where that's going to lead all these different characters in their follow-on movies, so that should be cool. Anyway, let's get into the books I've picked up, so I can get onto the cinema. First up, we have 2000 AD, issue number 1978, or 1978. This issue we have 2 new stories starting, so a new Judge Dredd story kicks off this issue, plus another new strip that I've not seen before. So yeah, I'm enjoying my 2000 AD, so I'm looking forward to getting into that always. We then have, I went back to my comic shop to pick this up. It was payday yesterday, so I always like to treat myself to something on payday, and I picked up this Black Road, issue number 1, The Holy North. I think it's about Vikings, and well, I know it's about Vikings, and I love my history, but 2 points of history that I absolutely fascinated by are the Vikings and the Romans, and this has Vikings, so I thought I'll give it a go. I know Brian Wood has done some Viking comics before, which I've not read yet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into that. It looks different to anything else, and I like variety as well. We then have Standoff, Assault on Pleasant Hill, and Mega issue number 1, the final issue of this crossover. I went into this quite negative, but I've actually really enjoyed it, and I think it's been a really good story. I think Spencer's done a really good job here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it's all going to finish up. We then have Batman issue number 51. This is the final issue of the Snyder Capullo run, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to go out, because their run has been really epic, and there's no other creative team that have had this longevity in the New 52. And I'm hoping they're going to go out on a high, because in the main their run has been really good. We then have Justice League issue 49. I'm loving the whole Darkseid war, so I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next in this one. We then have Superman Wonder Woman 28. I love that cover there. That is an awesome cover. This is part 4 of Super League. Last issue we had Wonder Woman confronted Superman because he's been going around telling everybody he's dying, but he hasn't told Wonder Woman he's X yet. So that's going to be an interesting kind of confrontation. We have Saga, issue number 36. I'm still loving this book, and yeah, it looks like we've got the Will up there on that mountainside. But yeah, it feels like a lot of stories are going to start converging soon, and that's where it's going to get really interesting. But yeah, I'm still enjoying this, even if it isn't getting the hype it did before. We then have Old Man Logan, issue number 5. This is going to be interesting. Last issue we kind of finished off where Extraordinary X-Men starts, so it's going to be very interesting where we're going to go next with this. And I think it's interesting as well. You've got Lemire writing Extraordinary X-Men and this. So like the 2 books that Old Man Logan are in are written by the same guy. So there should be a bit more like both books kind of working in sync, as it were, rather than doing their own separate things. So yeah, always looking forward to a bit of Old Man Logan. We then have Miss Marvel, issue number 6. Last issue, those doppelganger Miss Marvels had kind of turned into this one giant Miss Marvel. So it's going to be interesting what's going to happen next for Kamala, and there's got to be repercussions what's happening here, so that's going to be interesting. Always a good book, that is. But that's another one with Marvel. I don't understand why they renumbered. Well, I understand why they renumbered it. That's the wrong thing to say. I don't understand the point, because it's carrying on the story we had before, and it's like, why couldn't it have just carried on the numbering? You know, if they want to redo the numbering every year, just put a year on it. Like, so on this year, it's like, so every January you have 2016 issue 1. And then to the end of the year, it's all the books 2016 did it, and then next year you have 2017 and start the numbering again. Kind of like, you know, that kind of in a way like you know, TV shows have it like each season by season. Just have the year on them. That'd make it work a lot better. And then We Are Robin, issue number 11. One of the books I'm going to miss the most in DC when this goes, but again another really great cover, and I'm excited to read it, but also a bit sad because I know it's coming to an end, and it's one of the books I enjoy most out of DC. We then have the Ultimates, issue number 6. We there have our Galactus, no longer a planet devourer, now a life bringer, after the Ultimates helped cure him. I'm enjoying this book. This book's really good. The Ultimates are kind of this super boffins kind of team that go around solving problems. Like the first issue was Galactus, and they turned him from a planet devourer into like a life bringer, so to speak, where he puts life into planets and that. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and well worth a read. Al Ewing's done a really good job. I think we've got a different artist this issue. I think, yes, it looks like we have, which is a shame, but it should still be good. We then have Doctor Who 4th Doctor Adventures, issue number 2. This has been a very good book. Well, I say it's been a very good book. We've had 1 issue. The first issue I really enjoyed, so I'm looking forward to the second one. They are doing quite a few Doctor Who books now. I hope they stay at the current level. I think 4 is just about it. I think if they started going over 4, you kind of would have to start looking at, well, maybe I have to look at how I consume these, because can you really justify, you know, for more than 6 Doctor Who books, you know? Because potentially you could do like about 12 or 13 books, so you don't want that. We then have Squadron Supreme, issue number 6. Looks like Dr. Spectrum takes on Black Bolt this issue. James Robinson's doing a good job here with this book. You've got this team basically of survivors from the different universes that were destroyed, and kind of seeing how they deal with that and stuff. And they're not like your typical superheroes, because they've got a lot of revenge that they want to get for what happened to their worlds. So yeah, I'm looking forward to. I always look forward to that one. I think they've done a good job with that so far. We then have All New Wolverine, issue number 7, which I'm loving this. I mean, X-23 is so good as Wolverine. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into that as well. I think we're kicking off a new arc. We then have Dread Dust, issue number 1 of 2. This is based off of the movie Dread, and it kind of, I think it's about the 3rd one they've done, and it kind of carries on the story with him, like, you know, going around Mega City doing what he does, because he is the law. We then have Doctor Who, 11th Doctor Adventures Year 2, issue number 8. Oh God, I don't think you could get a longer title than that. But yeah, with this one, like last time, the year 1 of this, you had a story that really ran all through it, and it got a bit long, and I was happy when it finished, but they don't seem to have learnt from that. Maybe people liked that, but I didn't. I thought it was too long, and I got a bit bored, and I got a bit lost. And they're doing the same thing here, and it just seems we're doing this going round the long way round, and where there's, I think, more direct ways you could have dealt with this story. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not really totally feeling it, but I'm hoping it's gonna, once I read it, I hope it's gonna engage me, because I did like last issue did have a nice idea with them going to Saga. So I like how they're using some of the stuff from the classic and using new Doctors and adding classic elements to it. But I prefer, you know, to have a story for a few issues and then we kind of jump it rather than just one long story. We then have Faith, the final issue, issue 4. I like, this is the variant my comic shop give me. You know, I'm glad they did. I really like that variant there of Faith. I think that's really good, really cool looking. But yeah, I've loved this book. I like the kind of twist last issue on how, with the whole secret identity coming out thing, I thought they managed that really well. And I just really love Faith as a character, so I'm sad to see it go, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to end. We have Daredevil, issue number 6. Kind of the last 6 is the last 2 weeks, which they're bringing Elektra in, which, you know, it can't be no coincidence that she's in season 2 of Daredevil, and so they're bringing her back into this book. We'll see where that goes. We then have Doctor Strange, issue number 7. Surprise, surprise, issue number 7. The last days of magic, things were looking very bad for Doctor Strange and for magic, so I'm looking forward to see where that's going to go. We then have Star Wars, issue number 18, Prison Break, which I'm enjoying that. Jason Aaron is a very versatile writer, and I think, you know, you look at, he writes this, he writes Doctor Strange, he writes 4, and kind of the books he writes can be very different from each other, but he's so versatile. We then have Doctor Strange, Last Days of Magic. This is like, I think, a one-shot special. It's got 3 stories in it. It was $4.99, but you can feel from the pages it's thick. So the first story, on our inside page here, is written by Jason Aaron, with art by Leonardo Romero and colours by Jordi Belair. The second story, which is a Dr. Voodoo story, is written by Jerry Duggan, with art by Danilo Baruth and colours by Dan Brown. And then the last one's called The Woo, which I'm not sure what that one's about. It's written by James Robertson, with art by Mike Perkins, who did Deathlock, which I really enjoyed that series, and his art on that series. And then colours by Andy Troy. So yeah, it feels like, you know, I like, oh no, it wasn't $4.99, it was $5.99. No wonder it feels so thick then. Oh god, I didn't realise this was $5.99. Oh wow. I would have maybe thought twice about buying this if for noon the price. I thought it was $4.99, but yeah, it does feel thick, so we'll get into that and see what that's like. We have Grayson, issue number 19. I'm disappointed, and this is why it's so low down on my reading pile, because I'm disappointed that the creative team for the bulk of this run aren't going to see the end of the run out. I love Mikhail Yanin's art. I think he's one of the best artists DC have got right now, and one of the best artists in comics, and I really enjoy his work. And then the creative team and the writing team as well, they're not here. We've got a whole new different team to finish the story out, and I'm a bit disappointed by that. I hope the story isn't going to suffer. We then have Imperium, issue number 15, which this book is always really good. I like to leave a couple of books at the bottom of my pile that I'm looking forward to, so like that I don't end it negatively, you know. So Imperium. Then we have International Iron Man, which I love the first issue to this, so I'm looking forward to seeing if this is going to keep that going. And this book I'm not going to read yet. It is Dark Knight 3: The Master Race, which again I like that cover. The reason I'm not going to read this now, I've got Dark Knight somewhere on my bookcase up the top there. I've got Dark Knight, which I'm going to read, Dark Knight Returns. I then need to get the second book that they did, the second Dark Knight book. Then I will read all of these together. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting through those. So that is me done. All my comics for this week. I hope you're all having a great comic book week. I'm going to go off now and take my wife and my mum to see Captain America Civil War. Hope you've all enjoyed the video. If you did, give me those beautiful thumbs up so I know you enjoying what I'm doing. I will be back at some point early next week with a review video, fingers crossed. All that needs to be said is that I've been Jason. This coming to you from the Dude Cave with my Comic Haul Weekly. Keep reading, and bye for now.